In today's video, we're going to talk about the movie or the book, The Secret, and compare it to A Course in Miracles and really look at the difference between the two books and why it matters to you. So let's take a look. All right, welcome. My name is Gavin Weber. This is the One Mint YouTube channel, which is a oneness movement. I have other videos about that. Not going to talk about that much today, but I would love it if you subscribed, if you liked this video. Please leave a comment at the end. Starting something new and just a oneness movement real quick is, if you want to learn more about oneness and love and connection and, how to be happy and to understand your truth and do it with other people in a community, this is the place for you. So I have a lot of videos on that. And I wanted to tackle the subjects today, looking at, something like The Secret and comparing it to A Course in Miracles. Now, I just want you to know, I'm not coming at this from the perspective of one's better, what's good, what's bad, and, kind of from like an ego place because, quite frankly, to each their own. It doesn't really matter ultimately. And it's really about like getting clear on what you want and, what may feel missing or how to deal with your problems. So let's first take a look at The Secret. The Secret, gosh, I remember when it first came out, it was, like maybe late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah, probably pretty early 2000s. And I was like, oh my gosh, this has changed my life. And really what it's about is manifesting and the law of attraction. And real quick, you've probably seen it. I don't need to go into a whole lot of detail, but it's basically that, what your intention about, what you think about, and then how you feel, that you can attract that like attracts like, and that you can create and allow things to come into your life that you want. And so it's, creating your dream life, having the things that you want. And really, if you dive down that hole even deeper, it's about understanding your power and understanding that you have the ability to create and have the life that you want, and it's within your mind. So that's a quick, look at The Secret. Now, let's look at A Course in Miracles. A Course in Miracles, you could say, is a spiritual teaching that helps you return to oneness, to God, helps you kind of understand what love is and to remove the barriers of love so that you can experience your truth. And again, I have other videos on A Course in Miracles and, what it is, but that's a quick description, definition of A Course in Miracles. And what I have found, looking at myself and even other people, is you go to the book for two completely different reasons. Usually what happens in life, something's going on and we might have a problem, or we feel something's off, or we're upset, we're depressed, we realize we're not happy. And so then we go searching for answers, right? And then we're like, hey, what could help me here? And so that's what I did with The Secret. And I love the idea of like, yes, I want life to go the way that I want. And if I get this thing over here and I get to travel here and I get this car and I have these relationships and these friendships and I live where I want, and the whole list of things that our minds want to have in our life, that is what people are looking for with The Secret, right? And really, sometimes they understand this, but they're trying to tap into their power, who they really are, and kind of like they sense that there's more to life. And so the law of attraction kind of starts leading them down that path that hey, maybe there's a little bit more to this world than I have realized. And then when they manifest things that they want, the cars, the relationships, it's kind of like, wow, look at this. I am creating this. I do have the ability to change my life, right? And one of the big first differences though with The Secret is that eventually if you get good at that, manifesting kind of becomes like everything else. It's like, okay, been there, done that, but I still feel a void. I still feel maybe some emptiness, and like the joy isn't there. And I feel like people experience this with like goal setting. Hit the goal, go on to the next thing. Find something that they wanted, think that was going to fulfill them, think that was going to make them happy, think that was going to be the answer, and like everything was going to be settled. And then they realize like, gosh, wow, something's not right here. Like I still don't feel right. I still don't feel good. So maybe I'll go manifest something else. I'll hit another goal. I'll go do, and then that will be the answer, right? And so what happens with something like The Secret, and again, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's part of the spiritual journey. I think it's wonderful to understand that your mind is creating all of this. And, I have other videos, did a podcast on this, but like it's all an illusion. We're making this all up. So absolutely we can manifest in the law of attraction because our mind is creating all of this. And when you tap into that, that's like a deeper level of understanding and some ahas like, wow, like there's more here than I need to look at. And then what happens on the spiritual journey for a lot of people is like, okay, I've done that, but there's got to be more because I'm not happy. I don't feel energized. I'm not inspired. I don't feel as motivated. And I have these things I've manifested, but there's just got to be something more. And then there's so many different things you can come across, right? And this video is about A Course in Miracles compared to The Secret. But A Course in Miracles really goes way beyond manifesting. The Course in Miracles, there's parts of it that talks about manifesting. It's like, absolutely, but that's not who you are. That's not your truth. That's participating in the illusion, looking for something out there to fulfill you within here. So when you look into nothing, like the stuff is nothing. That's not who we are. And we look for that as like our salvation or our meaning or our purpose, that's never going to be found because it's in the illusion world, right? Then A Course in Miracles comes along and it's like, well, wait a sec, I can create miracles. And they would describe that as like a change in perception. And if you go deeper into that, like most people think miracles is like, something, just this amazing thing that, moving mountains or something like magical, or there's just no way to describe it happening. Like that was a miracle. All those things can be what miracles look like, but if we're thinking this world into existence and we're feeling this world into existence, like manifesting is just like not even like a paragraph of the situation, okay? Like, yeah, we're manifesting all this, but does that bring us closer to God? Does that help us experience our oneness, our truth, who we really are? And the answer is no. So, when you look at the difference and why that really matters, is that when you start trying to understand why you're not happy, why you're not experiencing joy, why like you're not, walking this world filled with love, why maybe you're so judgmental and unhappy and depressed and always looking for more and, always finding fault and getting caught up in politics and what's wrong with the world and the pandemic, like, here's the answer, right? It's not out there. It's within here, and it's not out there with manifesting. It's within your mind and your heart and your soul. And it's when you listen to that, it's you searching for you, right? It's like I understand that there's so much more happening here, and I want to experience that understanding. I want to experience that truth. And the miracle is when those happen, that change of perception, you start witnessing like your life changing, like relationships. And it goes way beyond manifesting. And that's why there's a huge distinction here. So a lot of people get like, oh, you manifested a miracle. It's like the miracle was a result from the change in perception that is something you can't deny, that you're witnessing, that then shows you your truth and is like the proof. It is reassurance. It is like evidence of your getting closer back to love, right? And that wherever you go, when you're able to practice what the Course teaches, you're a miracle worker. you create miracles. And then things like fear and sadness and depression and worry and what would be considered bad start being left behind. And all these wonderful things, way beyond anything of manifesting and materialism, could give you. And so that's a huge distinction. And I want you to, hear that like if you've manifested a lot or a little, or your life is nowhere near where you want, you can go the path of the law of attraction. But eventually you're going to come to the conclusion that there's even way beyond that. There's way more information. There's way more going on. And that I feel like when people are on this journey of a spiritual journey, and I would include manifesting consciously into that they're really looking for who they really are. And manifesting's like such a small portion of that. So when you have a problem, people go and look for those answers. And the manifesting, it might be the first step for you, right? It might be like, I need to manifest money to pay my bills, and I want to experience some of my truth, and I want to experience some of my power. And that's part of the process. That's perfection. I love that. And again, not here to judge that. Yet, keep going. I encourage you to keep going. And it doesn't have to be A Course in Miracles, but when you start understanding that there is no out there, that person that you're having a grievance with, an issue with, is not separate from you, as part of your creation and your perception of them from a belief that you have about yourself and about who you really are, and your disconnection from them, if you can heal what you see in them, you heal it within yourself. You're changing that perception. And that's when, I don't even like using the word magic, but that's when the really cool, miraculous, amazing joy, abundance, love begins to happen. And it's a completely different game, right? So I just wanted to make this quick video to, for all your secret fans and all you Course in Miracles fans, the Course in Miracles goes, it's, I would say manifesting is like a paragraph of a long book. And A Course in Miracles has this whole thing of how to get back to your truth, how to realize that you've never left God, and that you're home with God right now, and that you're one with God and you're one with love. And it's what does that look like? And there's a workbook lessons, 365 for every day of the year. And it goes deep on just about every subject you can think of. And it helps you look at it from a completely different perspective than how our mind normally works, which then changes what shows up in our world, and not from a place of attachment or need, which often happens with manifesting. It's I feel like something is lacking, so I want this to fill the void, then I'm gonna be happy. And then that cycle continues to happen, and then people don't understand, why am I still unhappy? That was me for years and years and years. And now I'm realizing I need nothing out there to experience right in this moment love, to experience my truth. And I can come back to that. And then when I'm in that mode, that mindset, that feeling, that vibration, I bring that to the world, and everything is reflected with that. It's a huge difference. So hopefully this was helpful. I'd love to hear a comment from you. Again, subscribe. Would love for you to like this video so it gets out there. And take a look at what are you after? Do you want to continue to make the same, have the same problems and just think, something in the physical world is going to change that? Or do you want to heal within you that had the error, and to correct that error and to heal that thinking so that it's gone forever and you're free from those problems forever, and that you can experience your truth? There's one thing of getting, and there's I would say manifesting as a form of getting, attracting. And A Course in Miracles really teaches you to give it all, because you are the all. And when you are out there, and there is no out there, but when you're in the mindset of you have it all to give, everything is yours. Everything is of your creation. You are abundance. You are love. You are joy. And you're the expression of that. It is a beautiful thing, a game changer. And I encourage you to look into it. So if you have any questions, leave a comment. And I will see you for other videos here soon. Also, I have podcasts right now. I've done 3 podcasts of videos. I don't have it on Spotify right now, but hope to, but you can look it up on my YouTube channel. So much love, my friend. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.